Hi.
All right. I love seeing so many faces on. Emily and I were both having some trouble getting on WebEx, so she should be joining us hopefully soon. I'm glad that I made it, and it's good to see all of you guys. So many awesome faces on here. So we are recording this meeting. That way people who aren't able to pop in, or if you guys miss anything and want to refer to it later, you can. We'll also share our PowerPoint with you. You can look through that at another time if you'd like. We'll start by introducing all of us. So I am Mindy Frazier, one of the PE teachers at Harris and one of the coaches.
I am Hannah Kalfas. I teach second grade at Harris, and I am a running club.
Hi, I'm Julie Riker. I'm a K1 teacher, and I love running club.
And I think that's we're the coaches right now. Like I said, Emily Ogden should be logging in at some point. Then we also have Christina Stowers, third grade teacher. And then we have a few other teachers who are offering to help just to kind of keep class size down as much as they can, like Miss Jewel. All right, we will try to get moving with this just to kind of respect your guys' time. If at any point, oh, there's Emily. Hello. We just introduced ourselves if you want to.
Oh, perfect. Hi, I'm Miss Ogden. I don't know what they shared about themselves, but I am Miss Ogden. This is my third year as a third coach at Harris, and I am teaching fourth grade this year. So I know there's a lot on this meeting that I have your children in my class, and I'm super excited to all have running club together now too. So yeah, is there anything else I'm supposed to share about myself?
Nope, you're good.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, I will go ahead and share my screen and we'll move through a little PowerPoint. We just kind of wanted something to guide our conversation so we don't forget things. If you have questions at any point, go ahead and throw them in the chat and we'll keep an eye on that. And then we have a spot at the end where I have included all of the questions from the surveys that people filled out. So thank you for those. We'll make sure we cover all of that. And then if we miss anything, please don't hesitate to shout out at some point. Okay. Let's see. All right. That'll work. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right. Our coaches, we just went through our coaches, our contact information. We'll make sure that you guys have all of this so you can reach us at any time. We do have a team website. Essentially it's on through my Harris page, where we'll throw up any, like, what do we have on there? Some different videos that we've had of events we've done and things that the district has provided for us, as well as just some information. And then our timeline.
You're good.
Yeah, you got this, Hannah?
Yeah, okay, so we are going to be starting next Monday, November 16th, and we'll start out with a timed mile, and we'll have everyone split up and socially distanced and safe. And then we'll come together as coaches and kind of decide our squads based on paces. And then the following Thursday is when we'll start meeting. So that Tuesday we'll hand out information about where, which days kids will be coming to running club. So they will either be a Tuesday group or a Thursday group. And then the following week we'll start, that first week we'll start meeting on the 17th, or on the 19th, sorry.
And it's either a Monday group or Thursday group.
Sorry.
But yeah. And then we appreciate you guys putting in your requests for the days and who you're carpooling with. We will do our best to honor all of those to make sure siblings are together, carpools are together, and that you can get the days. As of right now, it's pretty even with the amount of people who've asked for Mondays and Thursdays. So It's working out well. Thank you.
Okay, I'm up next. So for our practice information, so when we start either Monday or Thursday, whatever day your child has, we'll start right after school. So school ends at 2:00 and we'll be planning to start our practice by 2:05. So this gives the kids 5 minutes to change, fill their water bottles, have a quick snack, and do what they need to in order to be ready by 2:05. We're going to meet with our squads, and once we've done our timed mile and all of that, we will determine who is in what squad. But we just want you to know there's not going to be more than 10 students per squad. We want to keep these in very small groups to keep everybody safe. And so we'll meet in our squad for a quick lesson. And then a majority of our time will be outside running. So we'll rotate between running around the bus loop. We'll have another group that's running at Desert Arroyo Park. And then we have another group that goes on the trails over by the neighborhood there. And they'll always have their squad leader, one of the coaches that's with them during all of this. And practice ends at 3:30. So please make sure that you are there to pick up your children at 3:30. We'll walk them over to the parent pickup area and you can get them there.
Perfect. So, oh, whoops, 1, 2, 4. Man. All right. So our expectations, very similar to previous years for those that have been involved, as far as ready to go by 2, wearing proper attire, ready to participate, being respectful. And then you guys have done an incredible job in the past of picking up at 3:30. We really appreciate that, since a lot of us have kind of other things going on in the evening. So it's nice if we can get out on time. And then please communicate with us if there are any struggles, share successes. If you have questions, we like to do what we can to keep that communication open. The things that are new this year that we're really going to work on are masks do need to be worn anytime we're inside or unable to distance outside. So when we're close together in our squads, when we're doing our lessons, things like that, we will be requiring the kids to keep their masks on, especially the way that numbers have been going lately. We want to do everything we can to be able to keep this going. So we're going to be working in very small groups, keeping masks on as best we can. When the kids are running, we will allow them to take them off, and we'll work with them with how to kind of stay distance and run safely with each other, but not kind of right in each other's faces. And then please keep your kids home if they're experiencing any COVID symptoms or have been in contact with people who tested positive, just like at school. I know in the past we've really harped on having good attendance. And yes, we want the kids there and we want the kids participating with us as much as possible. But we also really want to keep everybody safe. So if there are any questions or concerns, we would much rather you guys play it safe and stay home for a day and make sure everybody's healthy. Then have a student come when they're not feeling great, and have it expose the whole team to COVID or anything else for that matter. If you have any questions, again, please reach out anytime.
And I just want to add, if one of the children does have COVID, it's very important that the coach of that team knows.
Definitely. Okay, so we use an app called Easy Scan, and we use it on our phones to keep track of how many laps we've done, and then that keeps track of their mileage. So on the days that they're here in person, we will be keeping track of their mileage, and then when they are at home on their off day, they can participate in some miles, and we'll come up with goals and figure out about how far they should be running. And so they will probably send home a mileage log or something for them to use, and then we can fill it in when we're with our squads. And then we have some incentives that they can earn once they reach their milestones. And then we'll set goals as teams and talk about them together and celebrate with each other as we reach those goals.
So participation in ZFIT is completely free. There's no required fee for anybody to pay. As a Run Third running program and with Run Third Alliance, t-shirts will be provided for all of the kids, as well as curriculum workbooks for everyone that will do our little mini lessons with those in the classroom. We ask and suggest a donation of $50 to the Zoharris PE department to help cover the cost of the items that we use. Hannah made reference to the incentives. Those are little prizes that the kids win as they reach certain mileage. And so we put any donations are used to purchase those incentives for kids and just extra costs that aren't provided by Run Third Alliance. There's also our Run Third 5K, which we're hoping we'll be able to have it in March again. And so that's our big event that the kids work for. And that is something that will cost money. It's $15 per student, which is actually which is actually a cheaper deal. So if you get your child signed up early, then it's only $15 and you save money on that. And this fee cannot be paid through ECA or by Run Third Alliance. But if your child really wants to participate in it, so we do have scholarships that are available for those students who need them.
All right, and for those of you who are new to the idea of Run Third, we have a little video for you that explains the concept of it. Maybe. Oh man. Oh, there we go.
I've been long distance running for 25 years. It's one of the most rewarding physical activities imaginable. It's hard, it's painful, and it's fun. It confers legitimacy on my day. It makes me feel alive. Simply stated, I love running, and I love running far. Above all else, running is selfish. Therefore, I run first for me. My family waits for me. My family listens to my stories from the road. My family has faith in me. My family loves me, trusts me, and depends on me. Therefore, second, I run for them. While running is in many ways about solitude, I rarely run alone. My thoughts are always with me. My hopes, my fears, my dreams, they come along too. From start to stop, I yearn to understand the greater meaning of my journey. With every beat of a runner's heart, with every pounding step, life itself is affirmed. And so, it costs nothing, yet can mean everything for any runner, for me, to make a simple dedication. To say that these steps I'm taking are not mine to own. It means something to me to declare that because I'm alive and I care for others, third, I run for you.
And so over the years, we've worked with Sean to take his Twitter campaign where he took on dedications in his marathon and we turned it into a curriculum for the kids, teaching those three aspects of the I run first for myself, I run second for my family, and then I run third for others.
So do you want me to take that, Mindy?
Yes, go ahead.
So we have a curriculum that Mindy and Sean created together, and it's kind of, oops, oh my gosh, my classroom lights turned off. Okay, sorry. Good old motion sensors. So it's around those three values that we went over in the video and Mindy just highlighted. So this is a big focus that we have with the students. We move through the curriculum and talk about how running for ourselves is beneficial and what, you know, the goals we can set and how we can grow mentally and physically as runners. And then we talk about running for our family and we do activities with it and talk about how having a healthy, active family is beneficial. And then we do spend a lot of time on talking about dedications and how we can think about others while we're running. And that's a big part of our 5K and And when we do the 10K, if we do that this year, that's a big focus too, is dedicating those runs to someone as well.
So what exactly is Run Third Alliance? You've been hearing us talk about it a lot so far during this meeting. Run Third Alliance is a nonprofit, and our mission is that we strive to empower youth through after-school running programs that champion students to discover their grit, build meaningful relationships, and inspire healthy communities. And so everything we do with the kids after school all is centered upon this mission and achieving this with all of our runners.
So when you talk about the Run Third 5K, our plan is to host it on April 10th. And we are working with our race timer now to meet the guidelines that are out at this time. And it looks like currently, if things stay how they are, we should be able to host an in-person event safely following City of Mesa guidelines. Whether or not we can hold it on school grounds at Mesa Public Schools, or at Red Mountain High School, that we're not sure of yet. We may need to move it to Red Mountain Park right next door. But we are moving forward tentatively with an in-person event. Obviously, if things change, it will need to go back to a virtual event as it was this year. But we're hoping that we can move forward and keep it going. So at this time, registration is not open, but it should be open within the next week or so. And this will be one that you'll register for on your own. And we'll send this out in an email as well with the links and the codes so that you get our student discount and our family discount on it and can get registered when we can.
Can I just chime in about the Run Third 5K? So with this race, the reason why we talk so much about it is a really big goal that the students work for. As we are working with them on this concept of running first for themselves, second for their family, and third for others, the big Run Third 5K is our huge culminating event. And it's so fantastic to see the students that when we first start our running club, that 3 miles is a lot to them and it's very intimidating. But as we continue to work with them and as we set these simple goals for them to achieve, it's an exciting moment to see them accomplish this goal of running this 5K and to see families come together and run it together. Even this last year where we had to move it to a virtual event, seeing photographs of all of these families that ran it together to help their students achieve this goal. And so it really is a fantastic event that the students just have a blast, and it teaches them really to think about others because they choose people to run for with this event. And so we highly encourage everybody to have their kids sign up so that they can experience this race together.
And yes, building upon that, we loved for family involvement in this. We really encourage the whole family to come out and participate with us.
All right, so I think, is it called the Phoenix Mesa Marathon now?
This year, I think they officially changed it to just Mesa, took out the Phoenix.
Oh, good, okay.
It's Phoenix, and then they combined it, and now it's Mesa, I believe.
Well, it makes more sense because it's only in Mesa. So this is the Mesa Marathon, and we have kids participate in the 10K, and in the past we've had a couple of kids participate in the half marathon for some real endurance runners. So that will be on Saturday, February 13th, and we usually have most of the team participate in this, and it's another really fun thing to have kids going to a big race, and we talk about race etiquette and, we set goals for this as well. And it's a really fun day. So it's an amazing opportunity for runners to set a big goal and work towards the goal. And the finish line is always awesome. And so, yeah, if you are interested in that, I think, are we registering for that now, Mindy, or are we going to put it all together in a PO?
This one will need to be registered on your own this year. In the past, we've been able to use ECA and pay for it as a team, but the district is not currently approving any sort of field trips. So I've been working with the race director to get us a code so that you can register, because they give us a really big discount. They knock it down to $25 for the 10K for us. And so they'll give us a code so that you can register your kids online for this and be part of our team that way. As Hannah was saying, in the past, we've had the half marathon option. Since we're starting the season so late, I do not suggest or encourage anybody train for the half marathon, because that training program is already about halfway through. And I don't feel like there's enough time to safely and adequately train the kids for a half marathon at this point. But the 10K, this is perfect timing for starting 10K training. And I believe our Saturday morning group runs begin on November 22nd. And I will put all of that in an email so that you have the links, so that you have information for Saturday runs. The Saturday runs are not mandatory, but it's an additional way to help make sure that you're ready for the 10K. And we do encourage parents and families to participate in this one as well. The nice thing with this is the way it fits into our curriculum with I Run First for myself, second for my family, third for you. This falls at a perfect time where we've been focusing on that first piece of I Run for myself and taking accountability for actions and setting goals and believing in yourself. And then they get to run this 10K, and it really is just all about them. And when this is done, then we can turn the focus onto family and other people and giving back to the community. And this is one of those where I think the finish line sometimes impacts the parents even more than the kids, just seeing how incredible the kids are and that they've accomplished something so huge that a lot of adults don't even try to take on. I can assure you that we have enough time to train safely and adequately for this if you want, and that the kids are able to do it. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out to any of us.
So, with parent involvement, we know a lot of you want to be involved with this, and we love having parents and families involved. So, obviously, our parent involvement is going to be a little bit different this year because we can't have parents join us for our in-person practices. We will definitely let you know if that changes during the course of our Run Third season. But we really want to encourage you to join your child in their mileage at home. We are setting it up where they have their in-person day, and then at home that we're encouraging them to run to help them achieve their mileage goal. And so take the time to run with your child outside, to set a goal of how many miles you want to run, or maybe just an amount of time that you want to run together on that day. You can also join us for all of the events. Like we already said, for the Mesa 10K, we love seeing parents running with their kids for that, as well as the Run Third 5K. I personally love it when I see families running together for the Run Third 5K. You can also follow on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, all three. So we have an account for Run Third Alliance. We have a ZFit account. I know it's really fun on Instagram to get on and see the pictures posted from our practices. And then you can follow Sean Aston. He's always posting stuff related to Run Third as well. And finally, if you're a business owner and if you're interested in partnering with Run Third Alliance, please let us know. We are always reaching out to different businesses to look for donations and to support you as well. We have tons of local businesses that support us, especially for race day. So please reach out to any one of the coaches and let us know, and we would love to have your support with that.
All right, as we touched briefly on communication, we're going to do our best, especially in this crazy year. We will really try to keep that communication line open as things change. If we're able to go to 2 days a week, if we need to change things up at all. And we ask that you do the same. Please reach out anytime with questions, comments, concerns. We do want to make this a positive experience for everyone involved. We want the kids to get as much out of it as we can. And yeah, I'm so excited to get it started. We've missed everything. Email. kind of assuming since you guys are all on here that we have your correct email, since you found out about this. If you know of anybody who's in ZFIT or supposed to be in ZFIT and has not been receiving emails, let me know, let them know, so we can make sure we have the correct email for everybody, since that's what we really rely on for communication. And then, Ms. Kalfas, do we still have our Remind group ready to go? And is that information correct?
We still have the Remind group. I have it open right now. And the class code is just at Mrs. Kalfas. So if you have Remind for another class, then you can go in and just find me under Mrs. Kalfas, and then the class name is ZFIT. And
Okay.
I think you can still text that number. I think that takes you to Remind.
I just started getting notifications on my watch, so it's working. We have some of you that have already connected, so way to go.
Like that? The class name is ZFIT? Is there a hyphen?
Hold on, let me look. It just exited out. Yeah, there's a hyphen. Z, capital Z hyphen capital F. Yep.
Perfect. And yeah, we'll try to throw out reminders on there if there's something kind of quick to get out to everybody.
And if you're running late one day, or someone, if it's just an easy, quick way to communicate, if you're not here to pick them up, sometimes we'll check in and make sure there's not a miscommunication in the carpool situation. And it's a little easier than having to go inside and look up contact info. All right, questions. Mindy, do you want me to take these?
Sure.
Okay, so somebody asked, can the students take their masks off to run? And we said yes, and we'll talk about how to do that safely. Do we have to pay the fee via ECA online? So you can pay through ECA, or you can pay through the Run Third Alliance website. And you can't send in, we're not taking cash for ECA donations anymore, right?
Not for the ECA donations. We could take cash to go through Run Third Alliance. We can deposit cash that way. The benefits of ECA obviously are the tax credit. I know some families feel like they already max out on that, so they look for other ways to donate. If you donate through Run Third Alliance, you get a nonprofit tax credit on there. It's not the same dollar for dollar ECA that like it is for ECA, but you will get a tax receipt for donating to Run Third Alliance. Through Run Third Alliance, we have a little more flexibility what we purchase. The one thing that we'll ask, so if you go online to donate through Run Third Alliance, if you select a cash donation and then also select other and write in that it's for the Zaharis ZFIT program, you could put your kid's name on it or something so that we know that it's earmarked for that. And then Run Third Alliance will give us all of that money to spend on incentives and other things for the club. So a little more flexibility that way, but not the same dollar for dollar tax credit as ECA.
Cool. And then someone asked, is the mileage or homework required on an at-home day? It's not required, but we encourage it, and it will help your kids to reach their goals and get those incentives that we talked about. And then help them prepare more if they're participating in any of those races that we talked about too. Will this meeting be available to view at a later date? Yes. If you asked that, you're probably not here right now. Will we be able to train for the 10K on Saturday mornings again? Yes. Mindy talked about that. And are you going to send out an email about it?
Yes.
Cool. And then all of the links to register for events are within this slideshow. So yeah, those are online.
And
other questions? I didn't see anything.
That's why I was gonna look and see if we have. I don't see. So yeah, now's a great time. If you have questions, feel free to unmute yourself and pop in, or type it in the chat box. Otherwise, I'm pretty impressed. Right at 30 minutes. Look at that. Get you guys out of here. We do greatly appreciate your time and your support of this program. We do it because we love it, and we love seeing the kids strive for their goals and do awesome things. And I'm just, every year I'm so amazed with them, and it's a bright spot in my days. So thank you for letting us do this and being part of it. And say, coaches, do we have anything else?
Just excited to get started and to see old kids and meet new kids. All the fun stuff. Oh, we have a question.
Hey, somebody just asked, in organizing squads, you're putting those with similar times together then? And yes, that's why we do our timed mile on Monday. And so we'll look at their times for the mile and we'll put them with other runners that are around the same time, as well as looking at your day preference, whether you prefer Mondays or Thursdays. So we'll use both of those pieces of information to put our squads together.
And so some of you that have siblings or carpool members, they might end up on the same day, but maybe not in the same squad, depending on how the mile goes. And so our squads are going to be 10 or less, so that we always have groups of 10 or fewer together. And we have 3 different places that we can run. So we are really working on trying to keep things just spread out, small groups, so that we can keep it as safe as possible. If things change and we're able to move to 2 days a week, it'll work well. Like we'll just combine the squads that way. And so then they'd be 15 to 20 kids in a squad coming twice a week. But we will reassess that in January.
And then we have, will there be a specific number of miles to run on the at-home days? I'd say that depends on the kid and the goals that they're setting for themselves. And maybe based on like maybe what they're running practice time, they could try to match that or go a little further. So we'll talk about different ways to set goals and whether you're setting, a time goal or, mileage goals, how to work on that at home. Once in a squad, do they have one set coach or do you alternate? Wondering if they couldn't come one day, would you just reach out to the one coach?
Yeah. Yes. So one coach will be essentially in charge of one squad each day. So I'll have a group of 10 or so students and Miss Ogden and Miss Calvis, and then yeah. So your child will know who their squad leader is. And you can just reach out to that coach to let them know if your child won't be there or if there are some issues. That would be the perfect person to go to.
And all of the messages through Remind go to all of us too. So if you want to send it through there, it's not a big deal if we all get it.
Yeah. Those are great questions. Anything else? Let me look, see if we've had. Can't think of anything else. Again, we so appreciate your time. If you think of something that we missed, or if you're anything like me, in about 5 minutes after logging off, you'll say, oh, I should have asked this. Feel free to shoot us an email and we'll add to this PowerPoint. And then we'll, like I said, we'll share the PowerPoint so you have links and information to refer to. We'll share the video of the meeting. And yeah, we're excited to get started Monday.
Woohoo!
We good?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. And we will see you guys later.
Bye.
Thank you.